Victoria's Chief Health Officer Brett Sutton and his department boss have been issued a please explain over evidence to the state's disastrous hotel quarantine scheme inquiry. Let's go live to Andrea Crothers. And Andrea, there are two major developments weighing on the inquiry's next move.
That's right, Kieran. Two major developments which led to today's extraordinary meeting. Now, the first centres around the topic of just who made that call to hire private security. It relates directly to Chris Eccles' phone records. That's the former boss of the Department of Premier and Cabinet. These records weren't initially requested, weren't initially handed over, but upon heavy media reporting, particularly from Sky News host Peter Credland, they were requested. Now, these phone records did reveal that Chris Eccles made a phone call to the then top cop Graham Ashton in those missing 6 minutes, where Ashton went from believing police would guard hotels to then deciding that no, private security would do that. Now, we saw after those records were handed over, Chris Eccles did resign. The second major development relates to who potentially was in charge of the scheme, one of the big questions that we just haven't had answered during this inquiry so far, particularly around 6 emails that the Department of Health and Human Services withheld from the inquiry. The first two, one of them is actually titled Information Chain of Command People in Detention. Now, that was sent to a large group of people in the department and it was withheld. The second one was an email involving Sutton, which may contradict or does contradict when he may have actually known about private security being used in hotels. The department was asked to please explain. This is their response.
DHHS's solicitors advised, in the context of a review of up to 500,000 documents, the enclosed documents were not considered relevant to a notice to produce. In the view of those assisting you, Madam Chair, this document on its face goes to matters which occupied a very considerable amount of the board's time, and you may consider it adds some weight in one direction or another to your deliberations as to who was in charge of the detention regime.
So the department simply deemed them not relevant. Now, that response came in late yesterday, along with another 2 emails. They also referred to yet another 2 emails, which the inquiry requested and have since received today. So upon all of this, what goes next? Well, the inquiry, it's asked for an affidavit from both the Department Secretary Kim Peake and the Chief Health Officer Brett Sutton. They'll have 7 days to respond.
After receipt of this further material that is being sought, and only at that point will I be in a position to determine what, if anything, further needs to occur.
With so many questions left unanswered throughout this entire inquiry, we have seen the state opposition hitting out quite harshly, or quite strongly, should I say, at the government and at departments. This is how they responded today.
This government seems to be absolutely committed to not letting the truth get out. To see government departments hiding emails that go directly to that question shows you that this is not incompetence, it's not a mistake, it's a cover-up.
So waiting for Peake's and Sutton's responses, it's at least a week before we know what happens next, as we heard the inquiry itself conceding that this could blow out that reporting date of November 6. Kieran.
Andrea, thank you.